Well said. General Sudhakar Jee, it's absolutely amazing. It's quite startling, sir, when a terrorist in Pakistan, after Operation Sindoor, gets crores of rupees because he's lost a few of his relatives, in a justified attack by a neighbor that has been tormented by terror and its threats over the last few decades. But out and out, what kind of a damage can India inflict, in a non-military way through this soft exercise where we go out to the world and just tell them and show them the evidence that India has had and the pathological behavior that Pakistan is unwilling to get rid of?
Vineet, good morning. Thank you for getting me to the show, and I'm really humbled to share the same platform with very esteemed and distinguished co-panelists. Um, Looking at India and what is happening in India, about 15 to 18,000 kilometers away, let me share the perspective. For us, this terrorist attack at Pahalgaon may have been one of the center of gravities, which is actually driving all our activity metrics for past month and a half, now going to be 1 month. But for where I am today, for them it is one of those insignificant dots. So when I say this, what I mean is there are certain actions which need to be kept as a kind of a canvas which needs to be addressed at the global level, something at the regional and something at the national level. So as far as this particular move is concerned, sending bipartisan teams across the world, 7 teams to tell our story to people is, feel it is a fantastic move by the present dispensation. It's united everyone, brought everyone together. We are collectively as a nation putting our best foot forward in order to tell our narrative about the transborder terrorist activities which has been unleashed by Pakistan for several years. So this is very good. Well done. Keep it up. But how long will it sustain is actually a question which remains to be seen. Time will tell us, will it sustain? Because I have interacted with very substantive people, or at least I am in touch. I personally feel that the Western media is a media which is being nurtured and harbored and also being handled by people who are predominantly transatlantic architecture. They are in the center of the transatlantic. They want to give their narrative. So while doing so, the importance of Pakistan at a critical juncture. For India, it is a critical juncture. For them, it is one of the routine activities. So that 1.4 or 2.3 billion dollar which has been given, for us, it was an untimely event. For them, it is one of those things waiting to happen as part of a bailout package, 25th bailout, if I recall correctly, which was sanctioned sometime in September last year. And one amount which was pending to be given has been given. Unfortunately, it is coinciding with a very critical event which has taken place. For us, it is a very big thing. For them, it is one of the minor things. But behind all this facade, there is a very serious development taking place. That serious development is, in the heart of their hearts, America knows that it is passing through a very critical journey to consolidate and restore its economic status as a superpower. It's going through a very tough time. If they don't take serious measures, then they are going to be had. There will be a broke in foreseeable future. One. Number two, they know very well. There is a book which is a research document converted into a book, if I recall the name correctly. It is Monsoon, Indian Ocean region, the future of American power, Dr. Robert Kaplan, I remember that book now. The essence of that book is that the future of the global order is going to be driven by the Indian subcontinent or the Indian Ocean region, meaning to say that if India today has got 500 million people who have got the buying capacity of $12 and more, in foreseeable future by 2030, they would be actually notching up to bridge the gap with China. By 2035, they would have overtaken China. So that is the kind of a domestic consumption market that we have. America cannot do well They have to gravitate away from geopolitics to geoeconomics to sustain themselves as a superpower. They can't do without India. India can do without America, but America cannot do without India. So, if that be the central point of my response to your question, then I would like to highlight the following issues. First and foremost thing is that selection of the end state of this particular move by government of India should be very clear. What is it that we are looking at? Is it merely a gimmick to tell people as to we have not been the aggressor? The escalation matrix was actually triggered by Pakistan by having orchestrated that particular terrorist attack in Pahalgam, or we are the victim, or the Pakistan is the victim. When you look at the international picture today, the global terrorist index puts Pakistan as the fourth worst affected country in the world, after Burkina Faso, thereafter Israel, thereafter Mali, and fourth is Pakistan. India is nowhere closer. So if this be the kind of a facade double standard which is being displayed at the international level, then India has to do the following things very calibratedly. One, we need to understand the world and the media. I have come across 12 media agencies. There may be many more. In every media agency, there is somebody from Pakistan. Let me be very pointed and blunt in this. Somebody, either he is editing the draft, or he is anchoring. There is someone to actually change the narrative and make sure that narrative remains in favor of Pakistan. Number two, America would come what may, the book written by Daniel Marquet, No Exit from Pakistan, know how tormenting the relationship between Pakistan and America may be, but USA cannot do without staying within Pakistan. The footprint will continue. Number three, India is a rising, shining spot. It's a rising power. No established power will ever like and allow a rising power to come up to its footing. We know it. Professor Ellison has given a number of talks. There is a suicide trap, so these things will happen. So therefore, mindful of all these challenges, India must continue to consistently do what it has done after a long time. Number one, there has to be internal stability and cohesion as far as the bipartisanship is concerned, political dispensation. Number three, there has to be objectivity in our approach and long-term kind of objective, wherein
Right,
we need to establish a very
Right.
coherent and consistent strategy of information warfare. I take it that these political groups which are moving out, bipartisan groups, it is part of the information warfare. We need to consistently tell the world that terrorism no longer can be tolerated. Pakistan has to be nailed nice and properly. It has to be made accountable, and we need to actually see improvement in the world order, in this rules-based international order in 21st century. Otherwise, the transatlantic architecture, which is actually governing the world.
All right, we have a paucity of time. Let me quickly rope in Rabindra Sachdev into this conversation as well. Mr. Sachdev, you've spoken extensively when Operation Sindoor was on, and now you've seen what the fallout has been. India is, leveraging this opportunity to apprise the world that, the realities that India knows, the realities that India faces, and the realities that India can communicate about Pakistan are very unique in nature, because our perspective is the correct one. We are very close to this problem as compared to the world. Perhaps Europe will not see a Pakistan